Hey everybody, it's Ron Capps. Listen, season 1 of the Ron Capps Experience. Thank you for everybody watching and enjoying it. We're going to start season 2. The Ron Capps Experience, we started with Competition Plus to go behind the scenes and give you, these drivers and crew chiefs and owners, a little taste of really what they're all about. This has been a long time coming, first of all. I'm not sure you were out here when we did our first Ron Capps Experience, but listen, I know a lot of people at home are like me and are kind of wondering a lot of things about what Tony Schumacher's been doing, why you look so happy, not at the drag strip, first of all, but fill us in. What have you been doing here lately?
Well, I'm happy because I'm at the drag strip, not only the drag strip, but Texas Motorplex, and this is the first place that I ever won a race, and I had been in 9 finals, so this is a special place for me. Billy Meyer and his whole family, you know, Christy, they've done a great job building a spectacular motorplex. But I've been working on deals. You know, I fully plan on being back racing full time next year. I don't want to just be a fill-in guy. Been working on deals, and you know, it's time consuming, man. I had the Army for 19 years, and for 19 years I wasn't out looking. I had a very steady deal, so took a little time. Wasn't really taking a break. I was out working, so looks good for next year. I pray that these deals will come to fruition and we'll be out doing our deal back here. Getting married next week. I'm not going to leave that out. I know the smile thing. I get it.
That was my next question, but I know it was made before Bristol was actually going to be a week, and I know, talking with you time to time, I know that there's really good deals you've been working on. But how often do people come up and go, Sarge, like out of nowhere, like, where you been? When are you going to be back out there?
All the time. You walking through here, but any sporting event, you know, it's amazing. You go to a football game, you know, and people walk up and they're still fans, man. Sport fans are sport fans. It's simply amazing. I catch people at malls, you know, every now and again, walk up and go, I hate to bother you, but when are you coming back, you know? And it's nice because you realize, you know, I did this for 25 years. I've been upside down on fire, broken in half, just like you. We gave a lot, you know, and it's nice that people recognize what we did, somewhat remember it, and are looking forward to us getting back out there. I mean, I'm truly blessed. If I never got to race another day in my life, I have lived some great moments, the best in the world. Won many races, lost some devastating ones, but in reality, if I couldn't race again, I had an amazing career. The fact that I still have all these teams lined up and the fact that I get a chance to come back next year is fantastic.
Yeah, and how hard is it? I mean, I know how you are. I know how competitive you are, but how hard is it to sit at home, watch the Fox shows, and see what's going on? I mean, especially here with Torrance, and what they've done is really a single-car team, once in a while a 2-car team. But to sit back and with all the accolades that you have, the crew chiefs you've worked with, the cars you know that you can jump right back in and do, because you showed that during COVID when you got back in. But how tough is it really to sit at home sometimes by yourself and watch some of these races?
Well, it's tough, but you got to give the guy a lot of respect, man, what they've done. You know, seasons are dictated by a good running race car and a driver that steps up when they have to. He has done that time and time again, and it's frustrating that I can't be here trying to stop him. And I'm not saying I'll be out there doing any better than the rest of them, but to miss those opportunities, to have him go out and win races without me being able to be that third victim or fourth victim in his, I mean, he's driving the car fantastic. Let's face it, Coletta's had those years, I've had those years, you've had those years, Hagen, Forrest, we've all had those years. We've had years we couldn't get out of our own way and do anything right. But for the last 3 years, he has been abusive to everybody else, disciplined as a driver with an amazing running machine. So I look forward to coming back out here and giving him my best. And you know what the best part is? When I talk to him every couple of days, he says, I look forward to you getting out there, because when you win, you want that other guy in the lane. It's the gratifying win when you get through the most difficult of the other players.
Yeah, and those are those days sometimes you look at the ladder on a Saturday night, right? And you're like, ooh, man. But those are the days, at least for me, I know, and I know for you, that at the end of the day, when you make it through and you are in winner's circle, you really felt like you did something, rather than, okay, a car shut off here, I might have got a buy run here, I might have kind of eased my way in on a lucky day. But those are those weekends. You stand there at the end and you just feel beat up, but you feel like you accomplished a lot more, right?
You know, I'm going to have to look back, but I think 2008, we're out there running, Pomona, California. I look at the ladder and I have Doug Coletta first round of the first race of the season. And I thought, son of a, you know, I mean, we win this round, we go out and win the race, we win 15 races that year. And I said, had it not been a Doug Coletta in that round, at that race, I would not have sat up in the seat from the first moment, and who knows what the rest of the season would look like. But I knew from the first hit of the throttle that this was going to be difficult all year. And we won races by inches, thousandths of a second over and over again, and had the winningest season I'll ever have. But to look at a guy like a Coletta in the other lane right away, those are the best ones. And I can't tell you who I raced any other year, the first race of the season, but I remember that one.
Yeah, it's weird how we remember those certain moments, right? So Tony and I go back a long ways. When I drove for Snake, and you were just getting back into the sport, we went to visit you, and our daughter at the time, do you remember we went on the golf course there in Florida, and my daughter, who is now 25, we went on the golf course, and she was literally in a car seat. She might have been 2 years old, and we spent the weekend with you, and we've been friends since then. But let's transition out of the drag racing for a minute. We've been watching you on social media. Your soon-to-be wife, Summer, and like a lot of fans, we kind of focus on what you've been doing. How happy do you look? And unfortunately, you look pretty happy at times. You're on the lake, you're having a good time, you're doing this, you're doing that. What has been the last year and a half, 2 years? What's been the most fun for you when you just kind of take everything and look at what you've been doing?
Well, I was trying to build a business, but the most fun part was those lake days. The problem is, it makes it look like you're not doing anything. And I kept, Summer, man, I got this beautiful wife in a week, and she just, Facebook and Instagram, and it's like, wait, you're making them look like we're not out trying to get a deal. They're like, man, looks like you're retired, man. I'm not. I'm working every day. Believe it or not, you can lay in the lake, wait for a phone call, because that's what we do 90% of the time.
Listen, I'm like the fans. I was going, why? He looks so happy. Does he really want to come back out here?
Every second of the day, I want to come back out here, and it's awful because there's no way to go out and show that. You can only make so many phone calls, and before you start to become a stalker and bother people, and that's kind of the way I said it. I know what I'm going after. We weren't trying to find little deals. I do credit card processing. You know that, right? So merchant service. What I get to deal with the CFOs of every big company. And I started that business to find a sponsor. I started it to go after a Sport Clips and say, look, we save you $1 million, you give it back to us. You give it to us, it's already an expense, but now you give it to us and it's a market. It's a big name on the side. And I started that, and it grew and grew and grew. So we were building a business for last year and a half, and in the process, meeting some of the people that hopefully we can announce here in a week as our next year sponsor. But these programs are hard to build. Yes, I look happy, but I'll be damned after 25 years of being gone for 250 days if I was going to lay in the lake and pout. I mean, I got a beautiful girl, great family, awesome kids, and I live in Austin, Texas. God bless Texas, by the way. And here we are, man. I ain't going to be pissed because I live here and I got a beautiful wife.
And you look like you're in fighting shape. It doesn't look like you ever got out of fighting shape. I mean fighting shape, I mean driving shape. So let's go into, usually we'll ask some personal questions. And Torrance got nervous when I got to this part of it, but we'll leave it easy. So I want to know something, and I've known you a long time, but I want to know, and you've gotten these questions before, where it takes you a minute and you go, I should have an answer ready to go with this question. But give me a couple quirky things that maybe are your pet peeves, something you bug. And I said this to somebody. I said, I have a weird thing where it bugs me when the toilet paper is underneath and not over the top. I will change it in people's houses, right? So give me a couple.
You shouldn't do that in the first place.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely not, yeah.
So there is a rule to that. But give me a couple, Tony Schumacher, whether that's happened here in a year and a half or something that's been a long time pet peeve, maybe something you learned here lately that you were away from the racetrack. But give me something the fans didn't know that might want to know about you.
I think one of my pet peeves is when I'm watching a good show and people are into their conversation. I mean, if I wanted to have a conversation, I'd turn the show off. And I love a good conversation, don't get me wrong, but that's my pet peeve, right? I have 3 beautiful kids. One don't want to get up on time, and I don't care what time it is. That's a pet peeve. That I've been
well, look, you're the Sarge, because you're probably up at the Crows, right?
I mean, like Summer says, I get more done, and she does. That is a workaholic. So when my son, and we won't mention which one of the two, but it's not Michael.
Sorry, whoever that is.
But it's not Michael. So get up, get something done. And here's something that, man, I read a beautiful quote the other day. If someone asks you to do something, don't say it's not my job, ever. Ever. That's just get the job done. whether it's better for you, better for them, you're going to help somebody have a better day, and you're going to get something done. And it sets a ball rolling in motion. It's something that once you start doing that, you're just a better person all the time. You are the one person that's willing to help. I love that thing about people. So flip the pet peeve. That's something I really enjoy in a person.
Good. Nice to hear. Yeah, and, by the way, I don't have to tell most of you watching, if you as a CEO or president of a company need a good motivational speaker, I've been friends with this guy for a long time, one of the coolest motivational speakers really I've ever heard. There's times I sat out here when we're supposed to be giving our own speeches, and I'm like, wow, man, I'm learning some good stuff here. So thank you for kind of filling us in what's going on here lately. Hopefully me and you will be teammates once again.
I look forward to it, man. It's been set up just like that. My car there, your car, and over again.
A lot of wins that way, huh?
Man, we had a lot of great times and a lot of respect between all the teams. I think that was the key. Was, I've been pitted with a lot of people in my day, and this is a good combo.
The president of NHRA is trying to photobomb you. Say hi, Glenn.
I'm not gonna
Oh, now he's going to come over.
He's going to be in the experience.
It's not a photo. Look at this. Look what we are getting right here. Royalty.
Trouble.
Trouble. Him, not me. Ladies and gentlemen, President of the United States and the NHRA.
I was just telling these nice people that I was a big deal, and well, it looks like I proved that, huh? Hey, here's what you do. I've been signing autographs for kids all day today, and I get them on the forehead like this, and they look at me, I go, it's okay, kid, I'm a big deal. And I walk away, and Summer can't stop laughing because the kids just go like this, and the moms, they're cracking up. I'm like, no, I've seen that in Ricky Bobby. Seriously, you haven't seen that movie? Anyway.
Good movie.
Good movie. Great movie. Better the more times you watch it. You'll pick up little lines like, well, I won't even say them, but they're good.
Yeah, someone can't mention here, but anyway, there you go, Tony Schumacher, and how awesome is it we could see him back out here soon. Thanks again.
Thank you.